All right, guys, welcome back. We're going to go ahead and look at the highlights for the couple matches we played without you, and then we'll go on to today's game. So initially, we played against Provicelli, who was number one in the league, or tops of the league at the time, and I think we were fourth. It was a good, tough-fought game. We're going to go ahead and we're looking at the overall stats right here. I think that's overall stats. You can see 11 shots to 20, but on target 6-8, clear-cut chances 1 each. They had a few more half chances. Time of possession 52-48. Passes completed were about the same. We won a few more tackles percent-wise. Just 18-17. Headers was pretty even. We got a couple more yellow cards than they did. But yeah, essentially it was even. The only thing that didn't end up even was the score, which was 3-2. So, but there's no shame. They were number one in the league. They got a couple extra chances to go through than we did. We're going to live with it. But we're going to go ahead and watch the quick scoring highlights real quick, assuming I can figure it out and see how it goes. This one starts back here with the goalie kick. Feeds it up to DeLuca, who doesn't manage to hang on to it. Valentini tries to get rid of it. Nowhere for Sperdone to go, though. He was out there all by himself. Out there flapping. Maspero pulls it back ahead. Ends up getting kicked back. Mustachio, my favorite name in the game. He feeds it in, oh my gosh, to the header to DeLuca. And there's our first match. There's the goal. Let's skip, let's see. We'll pause there. Whoops. Let's see, is it possible? There we go. Bring this up here and see if we get the next one to go. So Gunta brings it in to DeLuca again. We're already sick of him. Polo takes it away. Gives it to Ibarra, who tries to feed it ahead, but there's nobody there. So he keeps it in. Oh, Pedro steals it again. Feeds it up to Spordone. He feeds it out to the outside. Polo's got it. He's got nowhere to go, so he just feeds it right back in. Spordone ends up with it in front. Now kicks it back, tries to reset. Ribera's got it, trying to make something happen. Kicks it out to Polo. And there we go, into Pedro. And we even it up 1-1. And the celebration now. Let's see, we don't have to go very far for this one, it doesn't look like. Couldn't get it out of the zone. DeLuca manages to control. He comes screaming down the sideline, feeds it in. What can you do, right? Just perfectly well played. 2-1 them. All right, let's go ahead. That looks pretty close. Somebody got a talking to. Caligula. Wow. Is it really Caligula? No, it's not. It's close. If he was on my team, the nickname would be changed. Cicerone can't control. Maspero. Gunta's by himself, but he slows things down. People catch up. Oh my gosh, just Maspero. Just well played. Got us on the rush. Well done. I think it's 3-1 them at this point. Let's jump ahead. And let's lower that a little bit. Pedro to Polo, who kicks it back. Oh my gosh! I think they called that an own goal on the keeper, but he just got a hand on it, couldn't do anything more. I think it was a bit of a... I think they robbed Polo of that goal to give it to the keeper. It was a good shot. All right. So, let's get back out. We'll go on to the next game. Was Cittadelia. And they were like 17th or 18th in the league. Again, game we should have won easily. So we know how that's going to go. Wait for this to come up. A few highlights. Quick pause. All right. Nice movement, just kind of keeping it going, looking for a spot, trying to spread people out. Into Lari, he doesn't do anything with it. Verna kicks it back. Schiedone tries to get something set up. Verna feeds it in. Spordone, oh, he takes the shot, beats his man. Upper left corner goal. And hey, maybe we're going to win one. Yeah, we know that's not happening. Oh my gosh, corner kick. Far corner, heads it in. Perfect. Hey, now this is working the way it's supposed to. It wouldn't for me last time, but it's okay. So it's 1-1 at this point. Never mind. 2-1. So that was the match. 2-1. Bad team. Really disappointing. And you can see we had 18 shots to their 8, 10 on target. 2 clear-cut chances, 3 half chances. They had 0 and 0. Time of possession, 63 to 37. 84% of our passes completed, only 71 for them. Tackles were pretty even. They had a lot more of them, but we weren't any more or less successful than they were. Heading, there we go. Maybe that was the problem. Our heading wasn't very good, and we're not a great heading team, so that's not really necessarily a surprise. The 2 injuries in the game, both towards them, didn't really help us. I don't know. It was just a disappointing loss. Really frustrating. You know, in theory, it looks like everything worked. You know, our possession, our shots, our chances, but none of it added up to goals. So, is what it is. Live and learn, move on. Try not to take it too badly. The last match you missed, Chievo here, we pretty well crushed him. We'll watch it just for some balance. View highlights, goals. All right. These are all us. So Ubari crossed and work. Oh my gosh, we ricocheted around. It pinballs off of a few people. And hey, they gave Quesada the goal for that one. I'm not sure. That looked like, I don't know. They try to get rid of it, but they're unable to. We get it back in the zone. Quesada feeds it into Pedro. Pedro back to Ibarra. Sudone. Again, that's what we want to see. We want to say Ibarra to Pedro. That's where all our action is going to be. These guys are going to come out, distribute it. Nothing happens. We give it right back to them. Let them figure out the next shot. Sancini just can't get anything. Bacante, no. Feeds it back to Pietro, Ibarra, Pedro. And we take the shot. Sancini finishes. We'll take it. 2-0, us. All right, final one. We're close to the end of the match here. We're just looking for that insurance goal because you know how I feel about 2-goal leads. Oh, Alari kind of got tackled, but didn't help him any. Obviously, we made a few changes. We got Alari and Santek in there. Oh my gosh. And again, Quesada with the second goal of the match. And we'll take it. So that brings you up to date. We haven't really changed anything. I'm going to go ahead and skip ahead here a bit. And we're going to try to play, well, we'll play 2 matches. We'll see. It looks like we're 10 minutes in. We'll see how fast it goes. All right, back in a few minutes. All right, quick interlude real quick. I just got this email, and I love to see this one. Apparently, we had some people underpriced. I had gone in for some players that I liked, that I wanted to hang on to, and I'd essentially doubled their value. They weren't transfer listed or loan listed. I just doubled whatever the value listed, whatever the game had listed for their value, I doubled it. So, for instance, Marco Montero. He's valued at $130,000, so we knocked it up to $220,000. If somebody was still going to make an offer for a lot more money, then great. We could go shopping if we needed to. And same thing. Sportone was listed at like 67, I don't know. Let's go ahead and look real fast. 87,000. So we'd knock that up a ways as well to 120. Well, clearly somebody doesn't think thinks we're being too nice. So they suggested we knock up Montero's price to 1.6 mil and Sportone's to 600,000. And I'm not going to argue. If the game thinks that that's legitimate, despite their current value, I'll take it. I guess that's all potential. Anyway, see you in a minute. All right, this interlude is not so happy. Tommaso Polo, out 4 to 7 weeks, depending. You know, trying to do that maximum lift. I think it's the day before game day, so clearly it's the day to be lifting as much as you can. Anyway, back strain. We'll leave it to physio. He's out 4 to 5 weeks, so Quesada gets the nod for at least through the Christmas break, it looks like. Oh well, what can you do? All right, here we go. We're all ready. Got our match preview up here. They're kind of mixed. 1-1, lost a couple, 1-1, draw. Pretty even as far as that sort of stuff goes. They've got a guy suspended, couple out. Let's go ahead and check the tactics. Doesn't look like anything's working for him too much. 4-2-3-1 wide. Doesn't work well against them. Anyway, we'll see how it goes. Looks like it's going to be warm and rainy. Now, we did come up with this tactic for the last match, actually. I needed something against the bad teams. This appears to be a team that doesn't have a whole lot going for it at the moment. So we're going to go ahead and give it another try. We'll see how it works. We've got more direct passing, play out defense, be more expressive. So the idea is we're still careful getting it out of our defensive zone. Then we pass it forward. We attack, and we allow our playmakers to be expressive, to be creative, to try to make things happen. That's the idea. This way, by going with this asymmetrical, we're able to put Conte up where he's happiest as an attacking winger. We have Quesada back here at his more normal role. We do need to swap out Polo real quick. We'll go ahead and put Luca, who's healthy again, back in there. We don't really have... This doesn't work as well for our substituting because we end up with a lot of people that can only handle like 1 or 2 positions. We've got Meningitis down there, a goalie. Campo can play 4, so we're doing okay. But here, Luca can play 1. Carlo can play, well, in theory, I guess he could play 5. But realistically, he's one of our better options here with 4. We're going to swap him up so we've got the 2 good guys. That was what Polo was so nice for, because he could play essentially everything except a defender. So he's a really big hit. I wasn't really planning to play him as the starter in this formation very often because I wanted the flexibility that he gave us where he could go in, where somebody's playing back, he could go in and fill in admirably. So that's a big hit for us there. Like I say, we've got Carlo. Luca, Spordone can play the 2 front spots. We can play the 2 right spots with Bago. I'm not even going to try to. We're just going to call him Nicolo. Nick here. He can play the right side. Mahmoud, only striker. I was a little bit, we'll finish this here. Again, a couple guys in the middle, but really only fill in 1 spot. And then, he can play in for our center defenders. So I've got a couple different young strikers. In fact, I've had probably 3 or 4. But Mamadou and Mahmoud are essentially about the same level of development. They've got very similar potentials. And I've really struggled going back and forth to which one I like. I like Mamadou a little bit better. I've had slightly better results with him when I've put him in. And quite frankly, Mamadou is fun to say. So I've generally used him. I've tried to shop Mohamed Belkir around a few times. And I just haven't found a taker for him. And he's good, so I don't want to just dump him. It's not like he's a horrible player. He's just essentially a very similar player to what I already have. In fact, let's see if we can do a quick comparison real quick. Is Mamadou going to show up? I think I have Mamadou back on the under-21s at the moment. Nope, there he is. We can see Mohamed here. He's actually done a little bit better for a long time. These were essentially the exact same thing. So he's actually developing a little bit better, at least differently than Mamadou. We're finally seeing a difference. Mamadou's a little bit better on the mentals, and maybe because I've given him more playtime. I don't know, but his is up a little bit, and his technical. I'm sorry, I'm completely backwards. Mohamed's better on the mentals, so clearly it's not the extra playtime because he's not getting it, and he's better on the technical side of things. Whereas Mamadou is better in the air, which as a striker, is good to have. My team kind of does. We're a little bit weak, in front of the goal for headers, so we're good defensively for it, but we've never really done well with them offensively. So Muhammad's not worth as much at the moment. I'm not really sure why. 23 versus 67, and he's earning a little bit more than Mamadou. So even though he's developing a little bit faster, I would say overall, somebody showed some interest and said they're ready to deal. So at the Christmas break, we'll revisit that and we'll see what we can do. Anyway, submit the team. I'm trying to keep these matches under 30, or these videos under 30. My overall videotaping right now has just hit 22. But you guys are going to hopefully skip a lot of that, so we're not hopefully doing too bad. Draws in the works. Okay. Where is Ternana down here? They're down here. They're 20th. We're in 5th. I would hope that we're favorites. And we are here in the odds. He just apparently knows our track record against bad teams. He says, this team is so bad, there's no way Spezia's winning this. They're going to pray for a tie. And he may be right. We'll see how it goes. Continued opposition instructions. We'll go ahead and apply to the team. We're just putting a few people on the weaker foot. We're not doing anything crazy. Continue the pep talk. We'll let the assistant give that one. And, of course, they ignored him. So we'll go ahead and tell him, you know what? Darn it, people like you. And that was not the one I wanted, but, hey, it worked. I don't know if it's the mouse or just me getting old, but I tend to think I'm clicking on one thing and it ends up clicking somewhere else. I'm going to blame the mouse. All right, let's skip the rainbow parade there. And key highlights, okay. Let's go ahead and put this on first half so we can see where the shots are. There we go. They're getting their early shots in. They're getting a lot of early shots in. There we go. Not sure I like highlights that start on our end like this, but hopefully we're about to feed out and counterattack. I'm going to lower this just a little bit more. Still figuring out volumes and different ways to set things. All right, we'll close the guy down. We'll try to retain possession. Again, they've got 12 shots on goal on us right now, and they're not a good team. 7 of them are on target. 2 half chances. There we go. We're finally got a couple shots in there. Got up to 8 shots. We did a nice little flurry there at the end. Heads up, ours for the taking, I suppose. Anybody just been garbage? Pedro. Pedro's been garbage. Let's see, who do we have for Pedro? We'll put in Alari. We'll see if he can make something happen. Montero hasn't been great either. Hasn't given up a goal, though, and it's a little too early to be using an extra sub on him. We'll see if we can get a little bit of offense going. Clearly not. Andrea makes the save. Maybe the problem is we'll turn down the speaker some too. Oh, that's dangerous. Oh, what a great save. Andrea comes up big for us. Corner headed out. Can we control? Yeah, we get it past. Alari feeds it up. And apparently we don't do anything with it. And our striker has got an injury. First it said he could play through it, and then it said he couldn't. So let's go ahead, quick sub. And you know what? We're going to give Muhammad here. We're going to give him a shot. I say he's not a bad player. I just happened to have two guys that were identical stat-wise for the longest time, and it seemed kind of wasteful to go back and forth. Just pick one. And I just like saying Mamadou. Oh my gosh! We got so lucky there. Corner came in. Looked like it went off the far post. You know what? This is... I probably should have done this a while back. We're going to kick this back to counter. We hadn't given up any goals, and so I was thinking, but man, there's 22 shots on goal for them, and 10 of them have been on target. They have a clear-cut 3-half chance. They've been controlling possession. Our passing has been horrible. 70%, that's about 12% below our average. I think normally we sit around 82. I say we just struggle so much against these good or bad teams. Got another minute of injury time left. So we didn't do so well in this match with this tactic. We did pretty good in the last one. So we're kind of, excuse me, kind of 1-1. We'll give it another couple matches before we screw with it too much. Got to give it a chance. I say sometimes teams are just hot, even bad teams. Although personally, I think we just get cocky and. I mean, you know, we're looking self-assured and fired up and whatever, but there's no reason. They didn't play well. I think we're going to give them we need to see better. I am not happy. You seem demotivated. You guys tied a horrible team. Look at that. They're going to get relegated, and you barely hung on. Weathering the storm shouldn't make you cocky. All right, we're going to go ahead and skip ahead to the next match. That one only took about 6 minutes, it looks like, on my clock here, so I'll see you in a couple minutes. More bad news, friends. Pietro's out, 5 to 6 weeks, sprained ankle. Injured following a fall. That's all that went out to the news, but the reality was he tripped over his dog coming down the stairs. It's one of those stupid little yappy dogs. I've been telling him that he needs to get rid of it, but no, he loves the dog, and this is what happened. 5 to 6 weeks. Luckily, a couple more matches. We have to just get through December, then we have a Christmas break. So it could be worse, but you know, now we've got a strike, our starting striker out for probably the next match, and he's out for a few, and Polo's out for a few weeks, and it's beginning to cascade on us here. Anyway, back in a few. Oh wait, Pedro plays middle. Conte plays left. So I don't really want him taking him on the right. Carlo plays middle. He should be fine either way. Schiedone plays left. All right, welcome back, guys. Here we go. Finally, the last match. We're up against Alessandria. They are currently 22nd in the lead, which is dead last. We are 5th. Both of us have a game in hand. Most of the league played yesterday, so points to be had. We could both move up here. It's essentially right where we are. Is, you know, if we lose, we're not going anywhere, but hopefully we'll get a win in there. On to our match preview. They've got one guy out from a torn groin muscle. Quick tactics. They've done okay against a 4-2-3-1 wide. And they've done well with a 4-1-4-1, but all in all, it hasn't added up to wins for them. They are, like I say, sitting dead last. So, out of 8 matches, we haven't got the better of them. You know, they've won more than we have, and there's been probably an equal number of draws in the middle there. This ref here, he's given out 2 reds and 29 yellows in 7 matches, so we can expect about 4. We'll see how that goes. Team selection. We got to get rid of Pietro. I don't know what the heck we're going to do. Ah, I messed up. I left Yaw and Andrea. Man, I really messed up. They're actually still on the under 21 team, and then they're here. So, you know, when the availability for the under 21 match, which was earlier today, came up, they're not there because they're not a senior team member. Otherwise, I would have taken them off. So, you know, there's our replacement for Pietro, you know, there. And there's our other defender. So let's go ahead and remove from position. Remove from position. I think we're just hosed here. I screwed up. You know, we'll just go back to our other position. Where's Montero? There Montero ended up. Let's slide him in there. No, that way. Nope. We're just bringing him in. Bringing him in. Let's see. Are they? Sorry, this is just my OCD making sure that the numbers are the same. There we go. All right, we're going into this with 6 subs. Not ideal. I messed up. Is what it is. We're on defense fluid. More direct passing. Pass into space. Be more expressive. Much deeper defensive line. Prevent short goalkeeper distribution. Play much wider. We're actually going to move. We're going to play at the normal space. You know, they're not a good team. That'll be kind of our lip service to playing more aggressively against a bad team. Oh, I do not have a lot of confidence. Between playing a bad team and me being a bad manager. Let's see how this goes. Oh, something going to happen on the first. Oh, we got a shot off. That's good. That's good. Oh. We may legitimately be playing for a tie here, folks. We shouldn't be. We shouldn't need a sub. We should just be crushing them regardless, but... knock up the mentality to counter. John Arasti, he used to be ours. And I believe he actually plays for Spezia right now in real life as well. He was a really good defensive midfielder. But I don't play using a defensive midfielder. And so he was just kind of one of those people I was trying to find spots for. Oh, we might have got lucky there. You know what we're going to do? Nothing happened. They're playing a man... yeah, they're playing a man down. So we're going to knock up to a more offensive mentality all the way around. See what happens. Nothing, apparently. That's what happens. Cecchini having a bad match again. I don't know. We're motivated, aggressive, composed, nervous, fired up. You know, I like... look at this. Our resolute and our fairly professional. They're all ready to go. Our balanced, Our fairly ambitious, Well, here's a resolute not doing much. It's Pedro. I think we need to play better. I'm going to put more pressure on him. I'm not sure that helps, but... and you know what? No, we'll give this a try. If nothing happens here by 60, we'll go up to attacking. And nothing appears to be happening. Oh, there we go. Kept it in. Feeds it in, cuts it across to Quesada. Takes a short run. Oh, he manages to hang on. Feeds it in. There we go. Cecchini breaks out of his slump a little bit. 8th goal of the season. We'll take it. We'll stay where we are now. I was going to jump it up, but I don't want to get too aggressive and then give them a chance. That's how you draw it up. Just a perfect little cross across the middle. Got the striker breaking. Heads it in. He's ref's given out 6 yellows this match, so he's outdoing himself. And we just had another injury, of course. But hey, we have striker is one of the few things we have floating around at the moment. You know what? We're going to give Mohammed some more time here. Maybe we'll boost his asking price up a little bit. If nothing else, maybe we'll see. You know, like I say, he seems to be getting better a little faster than Mamadou was. So now we're missing our best striker, our best defender, and one of our best wingers. So, you know, we've lost somebody from every level. Man, he just keeps giving out the yellows. I'm going to be interested to see how they grade the ref this match. We'll take it. It wasn't pretty. But, yeah, we're just going to calmly say we have to do better. We got to do better against better teams. But we'll take the win. It wasn't enough to move us up a place. It looks like win, lose, or draw. We were staying in 5th. But same number of points as 4th. Goal differential of 1. You know, that's the difference with us right there. So, again, though, I'm happy. I thought 6th to 8th. I looked, as it turns out, we are we're 7th in our payroll, and we're 7th in attendance to our games. So clearly 7th is where we should be. You know, as long as we're ballpark plus or minus 1 or 2, depending on the year. You know, at least where we're at, that should be a respectable. That's where we should be expected to finish based on what we pay and what we bring in. So anyway, according to OBS, I've been recording for 47 minutes now. Hopefully that's going to cut down to about 30. And we will see you next episode. All right, ciao.